We're going long. No, we're going short. No, we're going long. No, we're going short. Hello, YouTube and StockTwits. We have been busy, so we haven't been making that many videos lately. I am Bagger Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. Today is the 13th. The 13th. August. Just about almost 11 o'clock. Have you been making some money? What a market we have! It's fantastic. It is fantastic. And from what I understand, you see, I do not have a television in my office, nor do I have a little screen within a screen, and nor am I spending, $300 a month or whatever they get to subscribe to the Contrarian News Bubble channel. It's a load of crap. It's a load of crap. Folks, what you're looking at is the swing machine intraday. We are futures traders and we trade intraday in that we're in mostly cash at night unless we're trading intra-evening. And some evenings you can do that, but for the most part, we're just during the day. And we are having one hell of a good time. The biggest thing that we have to do in the morning is just really be agnostic. Agnostic, meaning we don't really want to come in and have a bias. We want to be on our toes. We want to be able to go one way and then go the other way. If you're going to be a shortstop for the New York Yankees, you're not going to be caught flat-footed. You're not going to anticipate, a hit to third base. You're going to position yourself so that wherever the ball is hit, you know what you're going to do. If it's a ball that you can field, you're going to field it. If it isn't, you're going to put yourself in a position. If it's hit to the outfield, you're going to put yourself in position to receive the ball coming back in, depending upon where the men are on base. You are in the game. You anticipate, and over time, it becomes second nature. Becomes second nature as to what you're going to do. That's why the swing machine, sitting right here, sits in front of all of our charts. And our level 2 members some trade time charts, but we let them choose. We show them the price charts that we favor the most. And that includes classic Rincos, custom Rincos, point in figure, 3-line break charts. And then we have our proprietary indicators on those charts. That every indicator that we create, we also create a strategy out of that indicator so that we can measure empirically the effectiveness of that indicator. Does it really help? Okay. And then the swing machine sits in the middle. This morning we had fantastic trades. Look at this on the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, it was up over $2,500 at 9, from 9:20. The NQ, 37. These are it was even higher. The Russell, 1,200. The YM, the Dow, 2,300. This is all today. Gold was up 3 or 4 grand. It's actually come off of it. It's short a little bit. Look at these other numbers. This is really our training aid. This helps us focus and stay in the game. So if you're in your office and you're distracted by somebody tweeting out this or tweeting out that, buy this, buy that, you're kidding yourselves. We can't possibly tweet out, and nor would we, what to do with a trade or a market intraday. There's not enough time There's not enough time. But we use the tools, we use strategies that are proven, that are effective to change the probabilities on our side. We can say confidently that we will not have any negative outliers. You know how important that is? Do you know if you just put a line on a chart, just a line, arbitrarily across, and if I ask you to go long or go short over that line, the probability of you making money is about 50-50 if your stop and profit targets are proportional. Which means that over time it'd be like flipping coins. You wouldn't make any money because what you spend in commissions and you spend and you do spend in what they call slippage, you would actually lose money. But if you change the probabilities of profit targets and you're risking one unit, and you need to know what that unit is, to make 3 units. And when you're up at least 1 unit, you move the stop up to a guaranteed entry. Do you know you can increase your odds of probability from 50-50 by 10%? Now your odds is 60%. Okay, and then if you do other little things like moving that stop up when it's had enough room to breathe, and you push the stop or the profit target out a little bit further when the swing machine says, hey, this is all green or all red, then you increase the probability a little bit more. Not only from 60%, but to get a positive outlier, but no negative outlier. And then we can use technology. We can go in the back test and we can look at the strategies that truly do have an edge. And then we can get the probabilities up to 70 some odd percent. And then what we do is when we hit a reasonable number, which is programmed in, see, we actually have an algo. We have an algo that tells us if we're trading oil or if we're trading the NQ or the ES with one contract, what is a reasonable amount of profit we should be making per day. That changes from day to day, but it's objective, it's consistent, and that tells us, when it's time to stop. You got to know when it's time to stop. You don't want to be in the market all day, every day, in every single market. Time in the market adds more risk. See, so we're always measuring our risk. We're reducing our risk. And we can confidently say, and I can say in front of our private level 2 members, that we basically take the negative outlier off the table. It never happens. Now, some of you may have been, short this morning, and you could have lost thousands of dollars. We don't have that. We just don't. Because every time an order goes in, there's a stop right there. And we know how much that unit is. You need to know what that unit is, because you got to be trying to make at least 3 times that unit. And if you can't make that, you don't want to even be putting the trade on in the first place. If these concepts are elusive to you and don't understand how they work, and you don't understand what a profit factor is, I'll let you look that up, but that's what we're interested in. Well, I'll tell you what it is. A profit factor is how much money you make versus how much money you lose. If your profit factor is 3 to 1, we have profit factors that are 30 to 1, meaning somebody made $30 for every $1 they lost. That's what we're about. So if you'd like to see more, give me a call, send me an email, send me a direct message, and say, hey, Bagger, I'd like to get a hall pass. I want to see what it is you're doing. And we'll schedule a hall pass. We could do that this week. We could do it next week. Doesn't cost you anything. and we'll show you around. The first step, though, is up to you. If what you're doing is getting it done for you, then have at it. But if you're pushing money around and spending a lot of money on options, do you know the probabilities on options? Not only, do you have to know whether you're going long or short, over the line, but then you got to pick a strike price. Then you got to pick the time, because time decays. Most people make their money selling options to the speculators, because for the most part, the speculators aren't making any money. They're spending a fortune on these options, and it's a lot like gambling. Okay, we're measured, we're tempered, very much so. So I'm back on Stock Market Caddy. If wherever you are, however you came to hear this, if you're getting it done, congratulations, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not, if you're losing, or you make a little bit of money and then you give it back, see, we don't ever give it back. No, no, can't give it back. Well, how do you do that? Well, we'll show you. So feel free. We also have a Jump Start class. There's only 2 days left for the August class. You have to be signed up by the 15th. It's $1,500 to spend 6 weeks with me. 6 weeks. Go and look at our Twitter stream. One of our last pupils, a fellow by the name of Ed, look at what he's traded in his first 4 weeks with us. Take a look. I'm back at StockMarketCaddy.com. Feel free to give us a call. 813-758-8263. As the scene in the movie Bag of Ants, the golfer's bent over, his hands are shaking, he's trembling. He looks like he just wants to run away. He just doesn't want to hit another shot, or he just doesn't want to put on another trade. And the caddy says to the golfer, there isn't anybody else that doesn't have the problems you have. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is what he says to the golfer. And then he says, bud, you can either start or you can stop. The choice is yours. Bag of Don's here for you. Feel free to give me a call.